let's talk about shooting dogs.
Puppy assassins.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to frame this in a more high-minded way. Let's talk about the vice presidential sweepstakes. You know, Trump has to pick a running mate, and Kristi Noem was in the running here. Is she finished in politics?
I think she's done.
You think she's done?
Yeah. I was just in South Dakota this week, and
Stop bragging all the time.
Come on.
And I'm a national political reporter.
I mean, even people you think might be inclined to, to support her were a little horrified by the whole display.
I want to show you one thing. This is from her. It's not an apology tour. It's something else entirely. But I want you to watch this just for 1 minute.
Did Mike Pence do the right thing or the wrong thing on January 6th?
I don't talk in hypotheticals. The law's changed. That situation will never happen again because the law's been changed. So I don't answer hypothetical questions.
It's not hypothetical. I'm just asking you.
It is because it'll never happen again.
But
so in 2020,
what he did that day.
Looking back that day, I wasn't in the situation. I didn't have the information he had. I just think that Mike Pence today is making the wrong decision by not endorsing President Trump.
I found this interesting because of the debate over what constitutes a hypothetical, but I also found it interesting because her answer on Pence is well within the mainstream of anyone who's considering themselves to be a serious candidate for the vice presidency.
By the way, I asked that exact same question, slightly different worded, of Tom Cotton over the weekend.
Yeah.
And he actually gave me an answer, which is that it was not constitutional. Which means Tom Cotton, you can take him off your list of potential Trump running mates.
Is that really?
I'm dead serious about that.
That's the one most important qualification, right? He has to pick somebody who will do what Mike Pence wouldn't do. Mike Pence was
the
the
law's
most
been
loyal.
changed, so
I know, but the point is, are you loyal enough
Yes.
to do what I want you to do? And he found that Mike Pence, as loyal as he was for 3 years, 360 days, or whatever it was, and then at the last moment says, "No, sorry, there's a line beyond which I cannot cross."
Why did Cotton say it?
I think.
Because he believes it?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty outrageous, the idea that one human being can determine the outcome of a presidential, and even Tom Cotton will defend Trump on a lot of things, not on that. And Tom Cotton has also not been out there, aggressively saying that the election was stolen through rigged voting machines, et cetera, et cetera. But look, Trump has a very clear test for this, and it's not just what Pence did, but the more important thing is, do you agree with him that the election was stolen in 2020, and will you make it clear that you will only accept one result in 2024, and that's a Trump victory?
And someone who's really a contender for the to be Trump's running mate, Senator Tim Scott of North Carolina, said, South Carolina, sorry, yes, South Carolina. I'm from New York, so sometimes the Carolinas merge in my head. So
we love both of them.
Yes,
here
we do
love.
We do love both. So he was also on the Sunday shows last week and refused to answer the question,
right.
And that is something that, of course, over again.
Yeah. So, Elena, you cover a lot of these potential candidates. Who are you imagining is in the front ranks right now? And we can go around the horn.
I'm going to say J.D. Vance. I mean, that over the past 3 months has been the name I've heard most consistently because it's not just Trump sort of entertaining it. People around him really want it to be J.D. Vance.
What is it about J.D. Vance that is so attractive to Trump?
They believe he's a fighter, true believer. Like, I don't know how to say it more bluntly or plainly than that.
Right.
I would add Doug Burgum to that list. Doug Burgum,
the governor of
North Dakota.
Not South Dakota, North Dakota.
North Dakota has a lot of money. Trump likes him. He's tall, but he's not too tall. I mean, it's kind of fits the part for Trump. And he's never, unlike Vance, he's actually never said a word that I can find critical of Donald Trump.
Right, because Vance used to be. I mean, famously in the Atlantic, he wrote a piece condemning Donald Trump years ago.
But I would also say Vance on Ukraine aid and his opposition to it has been just absolutely resolute on that. So I think Donald Trump Jr. in particular and his team.
His opposition to Ukraine.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, so we've come to the conclusion in Washington that shooting a dog can really damage your chances of national office. What